Hello friends, welcome to you in Academic Gyan Ganga. Today we are studying machine design second. First question, the common normal to the curves of the two teeth must not pass through the pitch point. Option A true, option B it must pass, option C it may or may not pass, and option D none of the listed. The correct option is B, it must pass. Next question, which of the following can be used for power transmission in intersecting shaft? Option A spur gear, option B helical gear, option C bevel gear, and option D none of the listed. Here right answer is option C, bevel gear. Next question, the two gears are said to have conjugate motion if option A they have constant angular velocity ratio, option B variable angular velocity ratio, and option C infinitely small angular velocity ratio, and option D none of the mentioned. Here right answer is option A, they have constant angular velocity ratio. Next question, which of the following is not true about gears? Option A positive drive, option B constant velocity ratio, and option D transmit large power, and option D bulky construction. Here right answer is option D, bulky construction. It is not true about gear. Next question, herringbone gear can be used in option A intersecting shafts only, option B parallel shafts only, option C both intersecting and parallel shafts, and option D none of the mentioned. Here right answer is option B parallel shaft only. Next question, bevel gears impose space loads on the shaft. Option A radial and thrust, option B radial, option C thrust, option D neither radial nor thrust. Here right answer is option A radial and thrust, means bevel gears impose radial and thrust load on the shaft. Next question, which of the following are true for worm gears? Option A worm is the shape of threaded screw, option B threads on the worm have small lead, option C worm impose high thrust loads, option D characterized by low speed reduction ratio. Here right answer is option D, worm gears characterized by low speed reduction ratio. Next question, greater the velocity ratio, smaller the gearbox. Option A true, option B greater the gearbox, option C size of gearbox remains unaffected, option D none of the listed. Here right answer is option B, greater the gearbox. Next question, for a constant velocity ratio, the common normal to the tooth profile at point of constant must pass through a continuously variable point. Option A true, option B it pass through a fixed point, option C constant velocity ratio is not required, hence variable point is preferred, option D none of the listed. So right answer is option B, it pass through the fixed point. Next question, the bevel gears are used to connect option A to parallel shafts, option B to intersecting shaft, option C to non-intersecting shaft, and option D none of the mentioned. Here right answer is option B, to intersecting shaft. The bevel gears are used to connect it to intersecting shaft. Next question, the bevel gears used for connecting non-intersecting shafts are option A metric gears, option B hypoid gears, option C spiral level bevel gears, option D zero gears. Here right answer is option B hypoid gears. Next question, formative number of teeth on bevel gear is equal to option A 2x actual number of teeth, option B actual number of teeth upon cos phi, option C actual number of teeth upon cos alpha, option D actual number of teeth upon cos theta. Here right answer is option D actual number of teeth upon cos theta. Formative number of teeth on bevel gear is equal to actual number of teeth upon cos theta. Next question, Levi's equation for bevel gear is correct for. Here right answer is option A variation in PCD. Next question, when bevel gears having equal teeth and equal pitch angle connect to shaft whose axes intersect at right angle, then they are known as option A angular bevel gears, option B crown bevel gears, and option C internal bevel gears, option D Mitri gears. Here right answer is option D Mitri gears. Next question, the face angle of bevel gears is equal to option A pitch angle minus addendum angle, option B pitch angle plus addendum angle, option C pitch angle minus dedendum angle, option D pitch angle plus dedendum angle. Here right answer is option B. Face angle of bevel gear is equal to pitch angle plus addendum angle. Next question, for a bevel gear having the pitch angle, the ratio of formative number of teeth, it is denoted TE, to actual number of teeth, capital T, is. Here right answer is option B 1 upon cos theta. Means for a bevel gear having the pitch angle theta, the ratio of formative number of teeth to actual number of teeth is 1 upon cos theta. Next question, the worm gear are widely used for transmitting power at space velocity ratio between non-intersecting shafts. Option A high, option B low, option C medium, and option D none of the mentioned. Here right answer is option A high. The worm gears are widely used for transmitting power at high velocity ratio between non-intersecting shafts. Next question, in worm gears, the angle between the tangent to the thread helix on the pitch cylinder and the plane normal to the axis of worm is called. Option A pressure angle, option B lead angle, option C helix angle, option D friction angle. Here right answer is option B lead angle. Next question, the number of stars on the worm of a velocity ratio of 40 should be. Option A single, option B double, option C triple, and option D quadruple. Here right answer is option A single. The number of stars on the worm of a velocity ratio of 40 should be single. Next question, the axial thrust on the worms is given by. Here right answer is option D. WA is equal to WT upon tan lambda. Next question, which of the following are function of bearings? Here right answer is option D, all of the listed. Means function of bearings is ensure free rotation of shaft with minimum friction and holding shaft in a correct position and transmit the force of the shaft to the frame. Next question, A space bearing supports the load acting along the axis of the shaft. Option A thrust, option B radial, option C longitudinal, and option D transversal. So right answer is option A thrust. A thrust bearing supports the load acting along the axis of the shaft. Next question, which of the following are true about plasticity? Here right answer is option D, all of the mentioned. Means plasticity is permanent deformation and ability to retain deformation under load or after removal of load, and plastic deformation is greater than elastic deformation. Next question, which of the following is measure of stiffness? Option A, modulus of elasticity. Option B, modulus of plasticity. Option C, resilience. Option D, toughness. So right answer is option A, modulus of elasticity. Next question, which of the following facts are true for resilience? Option A is right answer, ability of normal to absorb energy when deformed elastically. Next question, deep groove ball bearing creates a lot of noise. Option A, yes. Option B, they create very less noise. Option C, depends upon the application. And option D, non-reference frame for comparison is mentioned. Here right answer is option B, they create very less noise. Next question, deep groove ball bearing has immense rigidity. So right answer is option B. No, it has point contact and hence low rigidity. Next question, the angular play bearing must be mounted without axial play. Correct option is option A, yes. Angular play bearing must be mounted without axial play. The angular play bearing. Next question, which of the following is not the property of taper roller? Option A, high rigidity. Option A, easy dismantling. Option C, take low radial and heavy loads. Option D, all are the properties of taper roller. Here right answer is option C, take low radial and heavy load. Which of the following cannot tolerate misalignment? Option A, angular contact bearing. Option C, cylinder roller bearing. Option D, thrust ball bearing. And option D, all the listed. Here right answer is option D, all the listed. Means cannot tolerate misalignment, angular contact bearing, cylinder roller bearing and thrust ball bearing. Next question, the expression of dynamic load capacity P is equal to XVF ब्रैकेट में R प्लस YF ब्रैकेट में A. V stand here V stand for option A, race rotation factor. Option B, radial factor. Option C, thrust factor. Option D, none of the listed. Here right answer is option A, race rotation factor. V stand for race rotation factor. Next question, scoring is a space phenomena. So right answer is option A, stick slip. Next question, thick film lubrication describes a phenomena where two surfaces are separated completely. Option B, partially. Option C, not. And option D, none of the mentioned. Here right answer is option A, completely. Thick film lubrication describes a phenomena where two surfaces are completely separated. Next question, a journey bearing is a space contact bearing working on the hydrodynamic lubrication and which supports load in space direction. So right answer is option C, sliding and radial. Means a general bearing is a sliding contact bearing working on the hydrodynamic lubrication and which support load in radial direction. Next question, partial bearing is preferred over general bearing. It is true or false? So it is true. Partial bearing is preferred over general bearing. Next question, temperature rise in partial bearing is space than full bearing. So right answer is option A, temperature rise in partial bearing is lesser than full bearing. Next question, a clearance bearing is designed accurately to keep the radius of general and bearing equal. Option A, general radius is kept larger. Option B, general radius is kept smaller. Option C, true. Option D, cannot be determined. Here right answer is option D. Option B, general radius is kept smaller. Next question, fitted bearing must be partial bearing. So it is true. Fitted bearing must be partial bearing. Next question, Footstep bearing is an axial load bearing. Option A true, option B thrust load, option C shear load, and option D none of the listed. Here right answer is option B thrust load. Footstep bearing is an axial load bearing. Thrust load. Next question, if we exclude the cost factor, which bearing is preferred? Option A is the right answer, hydrostatic. Next question, static load is defined as the load acting on the bearing when shaft is option A stationary, option B rotating at RPM less than 10, option C rotating at RPM less than 5, option D none of the listed. Here right answer is option A stationary. Static load is defined as the load acting on the bearing when shaft is stationary. Next question, which of the following is expansion for the Strebech equation when number of balls is equal to Z? So right answer is option A. C is equal to KD square Z upon 5. Next question, the dynamic load carrying capacity of a bearing is defined as the radial load in radial bearings that can be carried for a minimum life of 1000 revolutions. So it is true or false? So it is false. Next question, a rolling contact bearing is specified as X307. Determine the series. So option A extra light series, option B light series, option C medium series, and option D heavy series. So here right answer is option C medium series. Next question, extreme pressure cause space wear in the bearing pods. So right answer is option B corrosive. Extreme pressure cause corrosive wear in the bearing pods. Next question, a clearance bearing is designed accurately to keep the radius of general and bearing equal. Option B is the correct option, means general radius is kept smaller. Next question, if we exclude the cost factor, which bearing is preferred? So right answer is option A hydrostatic. If we exclude the cost factor, which we preferred hydrostatic bearing. Next question, compression ratio is diesel engine is lesser than that in spark ignition engine. It is option A true, option B no, option C they are equal, option D does not matter. So right answer is option D no, means it is wrong. Compression ratio in diesel engine is lesser than that in spark ignition. It is false. Next question, there are space types of linears. So right answer is option P 2 types. Next question, bucking of column means lateral deflection, option B axial deflection, option C torsional deflection, and option D none of the listed. Here right answer is none of the listed. Next question, slenderness ratio is where L is length of column and K last radius of gyration of cross section about its axis. So right answer is option A L by K. Next question, columns with what slenderness ratio are not designed with respect to buckling but are designed for compressive stress. Here right answer is option D less than 30. Sorry, greater than 30. Option D is correct, greater than 30. Next question, short column and long column are classified on the basis of. Here right answer is option A slenderness ratio. Next question, the circumferential hoop stress and longitudinal stress act in same direction and hence are straight away added. It is true or false? So it is false. Next question, interference is caused by option A overlapping of tooth profiles, option B large size of dedendum, option C meshing of involute and non-involute profiles. Option D, all of the mentioned. Here right answer is all of the mentioned. Means interferences caused by overlapping of the tooth profile and large size of addendum and missing of involute and no involute profiles. Next question, backlash is defined as. So correct answer is option A, difference in the width of tooth space and engaging tooth thickness. Next question, the number of stars on the worms for a velocity ratio of 40 should be. Option A single, option B double, option C triple, and option D quadruple. So right answer is option A single. The number of stars on the worm for a velocity ratio of 40 should be single. Next question, the root angle of a bevel gear is equal to. Option A pitch angle minus addendum angle, option B pitch angle plus addendum angle, option C pitch angle minus dedendum angle, option D pitch angle plus dedendum angle. So right answer is option C, root angle of a bevel gear is equal to pitch angle minus dedendum angle. Okay, root angle of bevel gear is equal to pitch angle minus dedendum angle. Next question, the normal lead in a worm having multiple start threads is given by. Correct answer is option B, In is equal to I into cos lambda. Next question, gear having teeth cut on the rotating face plane of the gears and made with standard involute spur gears are known as. Correct answer is option B, face gear. Next question, bevels connecting shafts other than 90 degree are. Option A worm gears, option B angular bevel gears, option C metric gears, option D none of the mentioned. Here right answer is option B angular bevel gear. Next question, bevel gear with basic pressure angle of 20 degree with long and short addendums for ratio other than 1:1 to avoid undercut pinions and to increase strength. Or option A skew bevel gears, option B angular bevel gears, option C Gleason's bevel gears, and option D none of the mentioned. So the correct option is option C. Thanks for watching.